Greetings, siblings. My name is Reverend Dr. Giovanni Arroyo, General Secretary of the General Commission on Religion and Race. It is my honor and privilege to both serve the worldwide church and introduce a new video series to the church, Vital Conversations on Immigration. The landscape of the United States and the world is fraught with economic, social, racial, and cultural divisions that leave all humanity struggling for how to relate to one another, especially those who we deem different from us. Some of us choose to engage with cultural humility, remaining curious about neighbors different from us in whom the very image of God is present. Others of us choose to distance ourselves from neighbors different from us intentionally and unintentionally, othering them to sanitize and simplify the world around us. This Vital Conversations on Immigration is one aimed at educating and challenging people and the church in the stereotypes and biases we hold about those who are different from us, namely immigrants. The purpose of this series is to outline the biblical mandate to care for immigrants, challenge misconceptions, provide theological grounding, and offer real-life stories that inspire empathy and action. Right now, as I'm talking, you may be asking the question, what does immigration have to do with the church? Well, besides God commanding us in the Great Commandment to love and care for our neighbors among us, the social principles in our Book of Discipline, the governing book of the United Methodist Church, speak to a number of topics and issues in the political, economic, and social sectors of our society. While the social principles are not church law, they do represent the prayerful and earnest efforts of the General Conference to speak to issues in the contemporary world from a sound biblical and theological foundation that is keeping with the best of our United Methodist traditions. Let me share with you some of the words from our social principles that speak to our faithful response as both disciples of Jesus Christ and United Methodists regarding immigration. Listen. We oppose all laws and policies that attempt to criminalize, dehumanize, or punish displaced individuals and families based on their status as migrants, immigrants, or refugees. Additionally, we decry attempts to detain displaced people and hold them in inhumane and unsanitary conditions. We challenge policies that call for separation of families, especially parents and minor children, and we oppose the existence of for-profit detention centers for such purposes. The words of the social principles highlight what is happening right now in the United States and other times in our history to immigrants. Criminalization, dehumanization, separation of families, punishment. It is now that I remember the words of Jesus when he spoke to his disciples in Mark 10. Brothers James and John came to Jesus asking that Jesus grant one of them to sit at his right and left hand in glory. After Jesus questions them more deeply, wondering if they knew what they were asking, he turns to the other 10 disciples and says this in Mark 10, verses 42 and 43. Talking about power and position. You know that those who are regarded as rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Not so with you. God views power, position, and leadership as an opportunity to be in service always to the most vulnerable, the least among us, those on the margin. And our identity as disciples of Jesus means that we carry his identity and love ethic with us everywhere, especially the public square. Criminalization of immigrants, not so with us. Dehumanization of immigrants, not so with us. Upholding policies and processes of harm and separation of families, not so with us. Punishment of immigrants, not so with us. I invite you to engage in these vital conversations on immigration video series to learn and better understand how you, as Christ Church, can accompany and be in solidarity with immigrants and those who sojourn among us. As you engage in this vital conversation series, our prayer is that you will be transformed and moved to action to accompany immigrants who sojourn among us, as we are all migrants who serve a migrant God.